Say hello to my lovely audience.
Hello.
Great.
Also Mick. Hello.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Mick Osmondson, and I'd like to discuss a legal issue today here in the United States. Freedom of choice is the American way. If you are ready to be taken out back and end their suffering, then so be it. Who do you think gets to decide? Euthanasia, human euthanasia, is an option for the terminally ill used abroad, and euthanasia is an increasingly booming topic, becoming more and more popular here in the United States. If you were terminally ill and were slowly dying, what would you do? Believe God will take you when it is time, or take matters into your own hands? When I first studied euthanasia in 10th grade, I became interested immediately. I want to enlighten some of you today on how euthanasia could benefit many in the United States. What is euthanasia? Euthanasia is the act of killing someone with permission from that of whom wants to die. The Greek-derived word eu means happy, and thantos means death. Passive euthanasia is legal today, and that would be stopping life support or not reviving someone who has heart failure. And reasons for euthanasia include it limits the suffering of dying, and many terminally ill patients suffer day in, day out with chronic pain. An example of this and the fight for legalizing euthanasia would be Diane Preddy. And on November 29, 2001, Diane Preddy, who was suffering from motor neuron disease, appealed her case to the House of Lords of London to keep her husband from being prosecuted and assisting her in suicide. And MNDS is a quickly progressive neurological disease that destroys cells that control motor and muscle activity, such as speaking, walking, breathing, and swallowing. And there are no cures, there are no treatments, only continuous visits to specialists and payments to language pathologists, physical therapists, dietitians, respiratory therapists, social workers, the list goes on. And patients of this disease also need help carrying out their daily lives activities such as walking, eating, transportation, communication. It's really a bad disease. And another example of this is Tony Nicholson, and he's 58. He had a stroke 7 years ago that left him completely paralyzed with a fully functioning brain. And he does not have the ability to take his own life, so he asks for the help of others to do so. Nicholson brought his case to the court when he was denied a legal right to have a doctor end his suffering. Through a special computer that Nicholson uses to communicate, he stated, "A decision going against me condemns me to a life of increasing misery." Euthanasia in the United States is a growing controversy. Legal-assisted physician suicide is legal in both Oregon and Washington today. And according to procon.org, Montana passed one case for a physician to prescribe a lethal dose of medication to a terminally ill patient without liability against him. But when the same case, Baxter versus Montana, was brought to the state Supreme Court, it was overruled, and Robert Baxter died when he was 76 and diagnosed with leukemia. It is still illegal in 48 states, and if the terminally ill really wanted assisted physician suicide, they could just gain residency in either Oregon or Washington. It's the great thing about America, but this could take over a year and could cause problems. And suicide otherwise is not seen as a crime. So in Japan, suicide or harakiri is usually seen as an honorable death. And in America, suicide is a demoralizing act and is often an indictment to those who are nearest and dearest to the victim. Those who are terminally ill need a peaceful door out. So support the legalization of euthanasia. Thank you for listening.
Woo!
Good job.